Yo guys, what's up? Welcome on to the live stream here on the Chill Out Fight channel. And yeah, it's been a been about a week since I had the last stream. I just realised that I have not even updated the Streamlabs thingy bob. It still says Thursday night. Well, I was going to plan to fly this last night, but then ended up at work for a bit longer than I thought. So yeah, the overlay is completely wrong. So ignore that. It should say Friday night, but obviously it doesn't. It says Thursday night. But however, we are finally back here for the live stream on the Twitch, on the YouTube, and on Trovo as well. So wherever you're watching, welcome along. We're on the ground in our Swiss Air livery A320 Neo, the latest experimental version from Fly-by-Wire. So yeah, the plane's completely cold and dark. We're going to go and get it set up. We'll get cracking and we'll get ourselves across to Geneva. And we're also going to try out, if any of you guys have seen the new pushback helper thing that allows, you can now do the pre-planned pushback like in X-Plane, which is quite cool. So yeah, we're going crack on. I've got a bit of the ground crew there already. We'll go in, get it powered up, get it set up, and we'll get ourselves going. I'll put you in the full screen, that might help. There we go. Cool. So, like I said, completely cold and dark. If you do have the latest experimental version now, you'll find you have two fly pads, one on the captain's side and one across there on the FO side as well, which is quite cool. So we're going to nip up and get this turned on. Battery 1, battery 2, external power, APU can come on. And we'll start that. APU bleed, arm emergency lights, no smoking sign can come on. Nav lights can come on. Cruise supply, ground control. IRSs can go to nav. And for now, that is pretty much all we are going to do. We'll nip back down and get this flight plan loaded up, and we'll get a few screens brightened up as well. Flight time not too long, it's about just over an hour. Let's have a quick look what the flight plan recommends. It's only 55 minutes, so quite nice little flight this afternoon. Hopefully we get some nice views going into Geneva as well when we get there. Be pretty cool. Brighten that up. Let's do the FO side in case we want to go and sit across there, or he needs to help us out. Cool. And let's go and check the flight plan. Let's get that out the way. So currently in Bordeaux, the weather's a bit crappy to be fair. The wind's not bad. A few clouds, 3,100, 13 degrees. QNH 1012. Temperature becoming 3,000 metre visibility. Showers of rain, broken 2,500 with towering cumulus. Interesting. 11 degrees down in Geneva. Light winds coming from the north. Good visibility. Scattered at 900 feet. And then, scattered at 9,000 feet. QNH 1015, no significant change on there either, so that's pretty good. Wind, non-existent even in the cruise. Oh, sorry, plus 47. ISO is -6. Block fuel, we need... We'll take about 6 tons, I think should be good. Let's do that. There's the fuel going on, and we can go and have a look at getting some passengers and whatever else we do need. Let's go and grab that out of the way, because for some reason it seems very quiet. It is. There we go, that's a bit better. Let's say we'll nip across here and we'll sort some stuff out. We'll get the QNH set 1012 and we'll go down into here. We should have a valid air rack. We do 23rd of March, which is good. And we'll go back to the menu, ATSU, AOC. We'll do the inner press. There is, we are Swiss 2125 from Bordeaux across to Geneva, 55 minutes estimate time en route. We can go back and get the passengers. We have 125 this evening, and we'll start them boarding. Well, that was quick. Must be set to instant. Cool. Anyway, right, init request. Should get our stuff. Cruise and flight level 340. Cost index to 15. And we're going to put some fuel in there. 0 fuel weight can go in. And while that's doing that, we'll go and grab the alternate fuel, which is going to be to Zurich, which is 1.5 tons.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard.
We'll put the trip wind in. We said that was going to be, is that plus 47?
From the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important
plus 47.
We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask.
Tailwind, 47 knots. That's giving an extra 100 kilos or so of fuel and a bit longer flying time as well. So with that done, we can go and have a look at the flight plan. So from Bordeaux, we are going to go from runway 23, and it's going to be the SAO 5 Papa departure off that. SAO 5 Papa, pop that in, and we're going to do the awesome 2-2 approach into Geneva, which will be take us right over and down the river, which is very nice. Which is going to be the Bellis 3 Romeo. Bellis 3 Romeo, there it is. Pop that in, and that'll probably go via SPR, I'm assuming. Let's have a quick look. That's not the right arrival, is it? That's coming in for 2-2. Oh no, sorry, it is this way. Yeah, Bellis, and then in this way. So that's gonna be quite cool. So I'm gonna go via there, and if we get the other chart, approach 2-2. Yeah, the SPR is going to come via this VOR just here, and straight down between these two mountain ranges just there, and straight in. So it's going to be via SPR. Sierra Papa Romeo. We'll insert that. Good stuff. Next bit, what we're going to do, performance. Grab that. We're going to grab the Gavin's nice performance calculator. It is a beta version, so I'm just going to close that a second just to see if there's an update for it. Which there's not. No, cool. I know there's one or two little bugs with it. It is in the beta version that we're trying out from, which is Lima Fox Bravo Delta. Let's grab that. Should hopefully get the airport data there. There we are, Bordeaux, runway 23. The METAR was having an issue, but it's working again now. Perfect. Runway is it dry or is it wet? Let's have a quick look. Is it raining outside? No, it's not. Cool, so we don't need any of that. Runway condition is dry. Anti-ice will be off. Takeoff weight we need from the init page. 61.3. So we can bang that in. 61.3. C of G is forward flex. Config 1 plus F packs will be on. And calculate. There we go. So we can do flex of 66, 38, 38, 41. Thrust reductions 1151, and engine out is green dots 210, and all reverses operating for computation. Good stuff. Let's go and put that in. See what it recommends. See if this reckons our green dot speed or clean speed will be 210 knots. So if we go and put in 66 degree flex, flap 1, transition, we'll sort that out in a minute. I'm going to do 38, 38, 41. $141. That's giving us a clean speed of 208. That reckons 210. We'll change the thrust reduction acceleration 1151 and 1151 as well for there, and 1151 over here. There we go. Good stuff. Anything else we need to be aware of? Let's have a look at the departure out and see if that's going to go into cause any issues. Let's have a look. So departure is going to be, like we said, we're doing this one out to Sierra Oscar Uniform, to that VOR. If I put that on there, see where we are. There we are. This way out, BD 929, I would assume. Let's just double check this. BD427 actually. So BD427 is this one. Straight down here, BD427, then out to that VOR. Not below 5,000 feet. Initial clearance is going to be flight level 70. So that can go in. 70, good. And also what we need to do is look at our taxi route to runway 23. We haven't got far to go. We're going to push back onto Bravo. It's going to be Bravo, Alpha, Yankee, and then down to Alpha. So what we can do is now, quite cool, we can go and use the new pushback tool. Pushback, pre-planned pushback. If those of you who use X-Plane, you'll have seen this before. We'll just let it load up. It is a beta version of this. So as you can see now, we can zoom out and see the airport and where we are parked on the stand. And you can see our taxiway there. So if we come back here and we choose the middle scroll wheel on the mouse, we should be able to... Why can't we push back there? We'll push back here. Push back to there. So whatever's green we can go back to. There we are. So if we set that to there, then hit enter, that'll do that. It's quite good, so we don't have to worry about that. So we can do all our engine stuff and prep while we're being pushed back. We don't need to worry about having to do it ourselves. We've got the tug geezer there, and I reckon we're good to it. We'll get rid of these. We can get rid of the jetway. We can close the door. We can get rid of the stairs. Catering, baggage can all go away. Cargo aft doors can be shut. That's closed. That's going away. That's going away. Front doors can be also closed. There they go. And we can also get rid of the power car can disappear. Good. Nothing left to do really. We're going to set up. We'll put constraints on both sides. QNH is set. We've got flight directors on. The rudder trim is 0. Flight deck door can be shut. Spoilers are retracted and disarmed. We've got the flaps that are retracted. Thrust levers are at idle. And I think with that we can get ourselves we'll get ourselves going. Let's request that pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
We'll jump up here and get
Stand by.
fuel tanks on. Lights can come on now. Seatbelt sign should have been on. So hopefully we should have. There we are. And while that is happening, we don't have to worry about looking outside anymore. We can just let it do the pushback, and we should be heading, hopefully, in the right direction. When we've been, when we got the tow connected.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed, and all ground equipment is removed. The parking brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
There we go. You can see it's being lifted now. It's to go to the side.
For start and push. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brake is now released.
Parking brakes are released.
And we can
Commencing pushback.
just let him do his stuff.
Engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
Start to ignition. And engine number 2. And there we are. We have N2, EGT, and we'll get M1. Like I said, now we planned that, or we pre-planned that pushback. If we have a look out here, we don't need to do anything. It should push us back nicely to where we made that initial route for him to go. Quite good. We'll go back here. We can monitor the engine start. We can start the clock for this one. check out the even check out a passenger view of our pushback. Pretty cool. So we should be able to go into engine number 1. There we go. And look at that pushback, perfect.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft. Ground. You may disconnect. Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight. Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
We'll just wait for this engine start. While that's doing that, we can go ahead and do the flight control check. So elevator is full up, full down, neutral. Ailerons full right, full left, neutral. We do the rudder. We have no rudders. Rudders. What's happened with the rudder pedals? They don't seem to have any power going to them for some reason. If you just give me a second, I'm just going to double check something. I did just plug something in a USB port before. I wonder if I've just knocked them. I think I might have found the issue. However, there's not much I can do about that at the moment. So we're going to go without rudder. We shouldn't need them. Or will we? Let me just have a quick look. I think they have come completely unplugged, which they have somehow. Right. 2 seconds, guys. Now I'm just going to plug these back in and we'll get going. Right then. We now should have to do a flight control check. Hopefully have. Rudders. We go full left, full right, neutral. Good stuff. Right then, shall we go to Geneva? We'll set the flaps travelling and we'll taxi on out. Parking brake release, auto brake to max, and we'll get going. And we'll get rid of the pushback thing from the top. Should be simple taxi out. We're going to go straight ahead, Alpha, Yankee, then hold at Alpha for runway 23. Cabin, we need to check. Spoilers we can now arm. There they go. Predicted wind shear, weather radar, even though it's in up. We'll set that up. We'll make a left. Just here. And then onto Yankee. We're going to follow this airplane just in front. Nose wheel steering is rather sensitive. Cabin can be dinged. Takeoff config check is done. And this will be, next left will be Alpha. Or at least in theory, if I can read the charge properly, it should be Alpha. May as well let this geezer take off. Easy 4306. We'll stop there. Pop the parking brake on a second, and we can also get rid of that. That should have been on. That can now come on, and APU bleed off, APU's off. Everything else is all tickety-boo, they can come on. And we are, if that auto brake for some reason will not stay at max, there we go.
510, please prepare for takeoff.
He's now on the roll, we'll go and line up behind him. So initial stop climb 7,000 feet we got set. V speed 139, 141, climb nav 1FD2, QNH 1012 set 3 times. Auto brake is max, signs are on, cabin has been advised. Flaps are at config 1+F and takeoff config is normal. ECAM memos takeoff no blue. Right, we'll stop there. Hopefully this fella will get its arse out the way. If not, we'll blast straight through him. There we are. We'll give it a sec. If it's not, we're just going to go straight through it. There it goes. Awesome stuff. So, one last quick check of the departure out. Just before we go. Straight ahead, 225 degrees to the Bravo Delta 423, left hand turn, Bravo Delta 427 and out to Sierra Alpha Uniform VOR. The initial flight level going to be, clearance going to be flight level 70, which is set, and just need to be above 5,000 feet down here. Let's get going. We'll set 50% N1. There it is. Both engines are stable. 1, 2 clicks forward. Manflex 66 SRS runway. Auto thrust is armed in blue. There's 80 knots. V1 and rotate up we go. It's a positive rate, the gear's coming up. Have a quick look at Paris as we leave, not Paris, Bordeaux even. Pretty cool. Look at that. 1100 feet, there we are, there's lever climb. Thrust climb, climb nav. And always forget a bit of TCAS, TARA, that can go in there. And we'll squawk 2000, that can be in. Hopefully you should be able to see if you, I have changed the overlay from last time for the flight information. Up the top you got the route now, and then you got where we're going from. And of course here, how many miles we've got left to run, estimated touchdown, and estimate time en route there, just below. And down the bottom we got some more flight info for you as well. You got the flight number, current speed, but the S speed, we'll get the flaps in. Current speed down the bottom, we've got our heading and track, obviously altitude. This one here is the wind, where it's coming from, so 263 degrees at 8 knots, and you can see the outside air temperature and the total air temperature down there as well, which I reckon is quite cool. And also there'll be a new landing rate calculator as well, which should hopefully provide a better guesstimation of the touchdown when we get there than the FlyLive was doing. So this will update itself directly from the sim. It's not a web browser as such, it's an actual HTML local file, so it's bringing it straight from from the simulator to that overlay as well, which is quite good. So the information should be more accurate. And if you look at the speeds and the height and stuff at the bottom, you can see what we're passing here corresponds better with what's being displayed there as well, which is quite cool. Speed 250 indicated on there, 250 is here as well. So yeah, pretty good. Right, let's disarm those spoilers anyway. We'll just tidy up. It has a little bit of an issue at the minute trying to fly to the flight plan for some reason. We'll take a direct to 27. Insert that. That should tidy that up a little bit. There we go. And with that in mind, that's where we're heading to. We could probably start our climb. There's nothing else. We just had to be above 5,000 feet. Just there. So let's crack on to flight level 340. That will get us to where we want to be. First climb, open climb, 340 blue. And because we're going to go that, we're going to go through a flight level. We'll pull standard. And there, flight level 340. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Yo, Air Dog buddy, my multi-chat is not working for some reason. My auto, why is it not? Well, I'm going to refresh the chat a minute, see what happens. I think Stream Elements is having a bit of an issue with its life. It's not being happy. Yeah, Air Dog, I've just yo, Dr. Moose, how's it going, mate? Yeah, my Streamlabs was being crap. Yo, Brandon. Yeah, my sim seems to be nice, and I don't know, seems to be pretty cushy, to be honest with you. Nothing, no lag whatsoever. Well, touch wood, there's no lag. Streamlabs is having lag. It's not working properly, but there we go. It's working now. Cool. Yeah, no, mine seems to be quite happy. But yeah, the Swiss livery does look rather swish. I have to say, I do like it. You're in Geneva week? Oh yeah, I saw you mention that in the Discord, Air Dog. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Right, let's get rid of that. That's all good. There's not far to run really. 369 miles left. Roughly. Get rid of that. And so a bit of music going off. This should be the top 30 of something. I'm not sure what the top 30 is, but that's what it reckons it is. Let's turn it up a smidge. Yours is unplayable on low, jeez. Yeah, I did that small update. Was it like a 4.5 gig update, wasn't it, the other week? And yeah, I've had no issues whatsoever. That looks pretty cool. It drops to 2 FPS if you approach an app. Oh wow. Well, when did I last? Then again, the last time I flew this was, when was it? It would be. Let's have a quick look. '8th of March. Oh, I was flying the. That's right. I was flying the CRJ for a bit. And then I did a quick little hop, London City up to Newcastle on the 8th. But yeah, I don't think I have any issues whatsoever with it. Right, we can go and get anyway, get the landing lights off. And that off. Seatbelt sign come off. Have you had the same issue then, Brandon, as well, with the lag after that update as well? Get rid of that. If we grab the chart a minute, we should be well past there now. We can oh, is it playable? Isn't it? How weird. I don't seem to have anything like, I don't know. Weird. But we'll see what happens when we get close to Geneva, see if mine does that, but it seems alright at the moment. Maybe that's the way to go, Dog. If we do a complete full reinstall, I guess. Might be, it may help. Yeah, I mean, I flew into Geneva a couple of weeks ago in the sim, obviously, and it was nice. That's why I wanted to do it again tonight. I bet it'd be nice to live there, Dog, yeah. I bet it would. Let's go and see what the weather's like in Geneva. Let's have a quick look. Weather, here it is. Winds variable 2 knots, so hardly any wind. Scattered 9,000, 10 degrees. Yeah, it's quite nice. Lots of things. There's a bit of weather coming up, but apart from that, it should be. Where is Geneva? There it is. Yeah, it looks quite. No weather. I'm assuming. So that's where you were born. Then was it, Air Dog? Just there. And there we are. So yeah, so it looks like nice weather when we get there. This is the weather we're coming across as it was shown on that map. Continue education now. Alright, cool. We'll have a look at the arrival as well. We're going to go across the runway, like I said, runway 22, which should bring us in between the mountains. Just here, there we go. I'm going to do something along the lines of this. The manual leg just there, so we'll vector ourselves in, and we'll fly in between here, straight in. Should look pretty nice, hopefully. Bear in mind, obviously, not below 7,000. Not below 10,000 here. And then Realty, not above 18,000. Not below 10,000. Below 1.5. Not below 7. But we can fly 6,000 and 4,200. And then the ILS is at 7,000 at the SPR VOR. Then we'll come down to 4,000 for the glide slope. Yeah, I saw you, Brandon, just before, I think. You were just behind. Or to the side, there we are. I did see you on the ground in Bordeaux, but for some reason Streamlabs' chat was being a pain. It wasn't showing any of the chat up either, so I don't know why. So I missed a whole host of chat earlier on when I started. Especially when you said hello, whatever time that was when we were just getting there. And Salatape, I missed him. But yeah, for some reason Streamlabs' chat was being non-existent. But it seems to be working again now, which is a good thing. So actually, with what we got left, 255 in a direct line. So if we go and have a quick look at the arrival and put some stuff in, we'll be able to set up the topper drop, so we know what we're going to do, because it's a little bit different with the terrain all around. So first restriction is flight level 180 Realty, so we're going to put that in first. Realty will be the first restriction. Realty, and that's going to want us at, like I said, that's going to want us at 180. We're cruising at 3.4, so $50 miles from Realty, we'll start that topper drop. I can go in. We'll make the extended center line as well, and that's going to be, if we want the extended, 044 for the reciprocal runway. There we go. So we should have a nice topper drop, which we do. And there's the extended center line for our way in, and we'll brief the rest of the arrival when we get there. All a bit closer. 13 knots tailwind at the moment as well. Just about to reach our cruise level. 650 feet left to go. Mac out start. I should get Mac out cruise any second now. There it is, Mac out cruise. So we'll sit here for the next 100, and we've got 160 miles for topper drop. Look at that. Not sure what, just press there. Look at that. I quite like that view sometimes, quite nice to see. From the underbelly of the plane as well. Cool. Anyway. We'll nip in the flight deck, and we can go and do a quick systems check, make sure everything's doing what it should do. Engines, we took 6 tons of fuel. We've used 1,200 kilos, which will work out. Those two added together will equal 6 tons, which is good. And nothing too untoward just there. APU, the bleed air, sorry. Coming in 204 degrees, down to 183 and into 12 into the packs. Pressure, cab out 6,200, VS 0, and the diff is 8.1. Got power going everywhere. Hydraulics, 3,000 PSI. Across all 3 systems, green, blue and yellow, and you can see the levels are correct. Fuel, as we checked before, 1.2 tons used, 1.2 would make 6. and they're equal and balanced as well. APU is obviously off. Nice and toasty in the cabin. Doors are all shut, no one tried to jump out. Wheels are still there, they haven't been nicked from a dodgy area we've flown across. And the flight controls doing what they're doing. System status is normal. We could have a quick little sit in the FO seat, see how he's doing. There we go. We can also see he has also got his own little fly pad, so we can get any info we want on his side as well, which is quite cool. Yo, Samuel Matthews, mate, how's it going? Welcome along, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Barry, how do you get the flight info and the plan to show on the screen? Do you mean this bit at the top and the bit down the bottom? That is all done by a thing called Bane Overlay, which is for Streamlabs. So actually, when I'm flying now, I don't have that on my screen. It's only shown to you guys via Streamlabs when it comes out to YouTube and Twitch. So my screen is literally just a flight deck. Nothing else is on my screen here. These are all overlays. No worries, dude. Yeah, just over 130 miles top of drop. We'll have a look at that arrival, like I said again, in a minute. I just need to nip and just check on my boys, make sure they're alright. So I'll just leave that there, and I'll just be back in 2 seconds when I just go and make sure they're not trying to either kill one another or they've eaten all the chocolate out the fridge or something like that. Yo guys, sorry about that. I was just going to go and check on my boys, make sure they're alright. They are old enough to look after themselves, but it also means they're also old enough to go and raid the fridge. So, fridge is intact. So where are we now? Let's have a quick look on these charts, see where we've got to. In here. There we are. It's pretty much almost halfway across. Just to the north of Rodez. We could have come in runway 09, but I think going over Lake Geneva and back in again should be quite cool for this arrival. Awesome. Quite a bit of high level cloud for this flight across. Look, it's we're at flight level 340 now. It's still quite a little bit of we're not that far above the top of the clouds, are we? And considering we were supposed to have a tailwind of the 47 knots, I think it was. If we go back into here, was it on this one? Not on this one. We were supposed to have a tailwind of 47. 47 knots we're supposed to have. Let's have a look. Yeah, plus 47. We're supposed to have a tailwind of 47 knots, but obviously there was. We got one of 3 knots instead. It's either live weather not working properly, or it's exactly what it should be. Have a quick look on here, see what it says. Let's have a look. Where are we now? We are Mike Echo in November. Here it is. We should have winds of, yeah, 247 at 76. We should have. Should have a wind. So yeah, I don't think live weather is actually working properly. Or it's certainly not injecting those winds anyway, is it? If we got only 4 knots tailwind. Well, it's 2 knots tailwind and 3 knots crosswind. Quite strange. Put that back there. Let's go and put something in the progress page as well, which we can put in. Let's have a look. Anything we should put in. Let's put in. Let's put in realty for now. That'll give us a little bit of situational awareness. How far we got to go there? 129 miles. So yeah, that puts top and drop just under 80 miles now. It's pretty cool. So we can see with Volanta our move that up there. Our track so far, we're going across that bit of weather. Still a little bit of weather to go across, but yeah, there's our departure out of Bordeaux. If we nip down here, not sure why that's showing us straight up from there, but there's a climb out, and then we start the cruise all the way up to Lake Geneva, where we made that left-hand turn back in for runway 22. We do have freeware scenery for Geneva as well from flightsim.to, which looks quite cool. Much better than the Microsoft default stuff. So it's if I can find it, I can show you. Anytime today. So 12.9 thousand downloads, this is it. So we have all the taxi markings are in correct as well, which is nice. But yeah, it should look something a bit like this on the way in. There's Lake Geneva. This is going to be our approach a bit later on. Should look quite nice. Full of EasyJets, but we'll go in with our Swiss Air. We'll try and park at one of these pier terminals as well. There's the Swiss. But yeah, that's what we have to look forward to shortly. Yo, Mayo, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, the flight's going well. So far, anyway. We have yet to get it back on the ground, so as long as that goes well, then it'll be a decent flight. But yeah, it's actually it's gone by quite quick so far. It's our top of descent. It's not far away at all. Like I said, this is the first flight since, when was it, last Sunday we did a flight, or a stream at least. I wasn't expecting work to be as busy as it has been this week, and I've been there till stupid o'clock most nights this week. So it's good to finally get back in the sim and have a little fly about, and a stream as well, obviously. But hopefully, over the weekend, next week I think is quite busy. But after next week, it goes quiet again. So we should get some more streams in as well. Well, this will just be a one-way trip tonight because I need to go and make dinner for us all after this. But we're certainly having a stream tomorrow, and we'll have one Sunday as well, because I have no work on this weekend, which is nice. I will, however, be making a point to watch the Newcastle game on Sunday, but apart from that, we should we'll get some streams going. I want to go and check out, there's a few new sceneries now on ORBX I'm going to try and grab hold of, as well as the new London Heathrow scenery. I want to try and grab that. But what I'd like to do is ideally get hold of the new Prague scenery. Where's that gone? It's Vagar. That's the one. I'm going to get hold of this over the weekend, and we'll install this and go for a flight to Prague. Looks awesome. So we're going to do that. Also, we need to go fly. There's a couple of other ones on here that I want to grab as well. It's the other one we wanted to get. We'll get the Builds London Heathrow, and there was another one that I saw that looks quite cool as well. Where's it gone? There was one in Italy. Rome Fiumicino, that was it. This was the one. So we need to go and have a look over to Rome. So over the weekend we're definitely going to fly to Prague, and we're definitely going to fly to Rome as well. They're the two that I'm going to grab. We've also got Florence in there as well, which look quite nice. So yeah, we've definitely got a good few flights and streams coming up with some decent scenery from ORBX as well. So yeah, but definitely Prague, definitely Rome, and London Heathrow as well. It does look good, Barry. Yeah, it does. Very good. London Heathrow one from Build looks pretty good. I think it's like 17 quid or something like that. Let's have a look. Is that the one? Here it is. Yeah, 21 euros. But it does, I mean, look at the daytime and nighttime. That looks rather cool. The detail that's actually got into this Heathrow. Look at Terminal 3. So we'll obviously fly British Airways from Terminal 5 out to somewhere, maybe out to Prague. And then we can go down from Prague down to Milan. All the taxiway markings, there's the Hull Point Pluto. And they have Astro as well, don't they? Some weird names for the Hull Point in Heathrow. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to buy those 3 over the weekend and get them installed, and we'll go checking out some nice airports. That Swiss livery is rather nice. Look at that. So, top drop, as we discussed, let's have one last look at this arrival so we know what we're doing. So we are coming down to flight level 180 for Realty. After that we need to be below 15 at Pittam. So that's 3,000 feet, 3 3s and 9, so we need 9 miles before Pittam to be down to. Yo, Smile Castle buddy, how's it going, mate? Realty, and then 3,000 feet, that's 9 miles we need. Pittam, and then from Pittam we can go down to 4,000 feet for the ILS. Exactly, thank God it's Friday. There's 4,000 feet. So yeah, at the VOR just here, we need to be at 7,000 feet and then down to 4,000 feet via Golf 808, which is there. That's the start of the ILS. Petal from that VOR. So we're going to tune that up now, actually. 13.9, just going to put that in. There's top and drop, very close. Radnav, so 113.9. That can go in. And we'll grab the weather once we start this descent in a few minutes' time. That's coming down to 18.0. There it is. Have you had a busy week as well, Smile Castle? Now, as you can tell, I've not streamed since last Sunday, so that's how busy my week's been as well. It's been stupidly busy. Stupidly busy. Alright, I thought a quick stream tonight, this one just across to Geneva and then start going down. I need to then go make or find something for for dinner, or tea, or whatever it's called. Whether I make something or whether it's a takeout night, I'm not sure. Dude, yes. Electric. I am rather smug with my electric car at the minute. For the stupid price of fuel at the minute, jeez. So there we are, Fighter 180 coming down, there we are, that's good. We may just be slightly high now. Yeah, however, my wife is rather annoyed. She's got to travel, she does a 45-mile round trip for work every day at the minute. And she put in some diesel this morning and paid, she paid 171.9 or something daft like that at our local petrol station. Absolutely ridiculous. I am quite happy though that before the prices of electricity shot up, I signed another 18-month contract with my energy supplier, so I'm on a very cheap rate until March next year, which is quite nice. Well, I think everyone else is paying around 28 pence, 30 pence a kilowatt. I'm still paying 12 at the high price and 5 at the low price. £2 and a penny, was that? And motorway services. There's 2 garages within the space of what, 2 miles of where I live. One at one end of the road, one at the other. The BP one is 172.9. The Shell garage is 177.9. That's diesel. But yet the local Sainsbury's is 159. So I'm assuming Shell charging 175 and Sainsbury's charging 159. That Shell are just profiteering out of that, surely. I know that at Washington Services, the BP garage there was 195 or something like that. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me if it was a motorway service. But yeah, it's rather bad at the minute, isn't it, for people who've got to fill up the cars, to pay for electric, pay for gas. Jeez. Here come the Alps. Look at this. Far away from realty. 28 miles to lose. Yeah, that's about right. Let's go and put some destination data in here. If we can grab it. Can we use... Let's just use this a minute, see if this works. LSGG. We're going to arrive 2-2. Let's get the metal. Obviously not going to work with that. Let's grab it off here. Winds are variable at 2 knots. So literally no wind, so any runway would work. 000 at 2. And QNH 1015. Temperature for Geneva 10 degrees. Nice and, well, mild, I guess, for this time of year. 10 degrees. Transition altitude in Geneva, I'm guessing, going to be quite high. Transition 7,000. So we'll put in 8,000 as the last flight level. Cool. And the barrel ref is going to be straight in ILS 1565. Cool. Config full landing. Flaps 144. Slats 183. Clean speeds 202. And a VAP of 127. 4,000 feet, 12 miles. We've got 12 miles, if not slightly more than that. So that's 2,000 feet per minute will do the job. So as I was saying, it's more before Smile Castle. I've got rid of the fly live. If you notice on the overlay now, I've got rid of the fly live. Even the landing rate will be different this time. We should have something that pops up that'll look a little bit like... where's it gone? Landing. It'll look a bit like this now when it comes up. There you go. That'll give you the idea of what we're going to do. We're going to do that. And that is directly linked to the sim. So there's no guesswork with the landing rates when they pop up now. I did one the other day into Newcastle. Just when I was mucking around. Which was this one. And I landed at -72, and that's exactly what the overlay popped up with as well. So hopefully should work out quite well. So here we come on this arrival. Now there's Bellis. We're going to be a flight level 180 below. That's no problem. And then we're coming down to Pittam. We need 9 miles from Pittam to get down to flight level 150. We're going to put Pittam in here now. That's not how you spell it. Pittam 33. So 9 miles from Pittam. We'll start the next bit of our descent. It does, I'm not sure if you can see it quite when the clouds are like this. I guess I need to change the colour of the writing perhaps to something a bit different. Let's see if I can just do that now when we're waiting to do widgets. General, is that it? Did that do anything? No. I thought that might have changed something then. Oh, that's changed the bottom ones. That's not good. So the top one, we will need to change somehow. Must be a way to do that. Which is... Yes, Barry, if you hit exclamation mark Discord in the chat, Barry, that should pop up for you. Ideally. As long as the chatbot is awake. There it is. Smile Castle is on the ball. So right, anyway, let's have a look at our next bit. So Pittam is our next waypoint to be coming down. I'm going to grab the charts on my iPad just so I can see what's going on. There's the arrival. There we are. Cool. Yeah, there must be a way that I can change the progress, that'll be it. Primary colour, change that to black perhaps. There you go, that's a bit better. With the white cloud you should be able to see it a bit better now. That should help. Hopefully that up the top now should be more readable than the white against the white cloud. So we're going to come down to flight level 150 is next in 5 miles time. There we are. As people would say, that is some good shit. I do quite like the bit at the bottom where it gives you more info. Like there's that's the current wind that we've got. If you see 076 at 6. 076 at 6, outside temperature -24, and Yeah, it's quite good. Well, let's start coming down to 1.5 now. There's the airport just there. I'm going to go past it and come back in and get the ILS up, perhaps. They tuned anything in? India Sierra Whiskey 108.7. Just have a look, make sure it's correct. 108.7 and 224 is the final approach course. 224. There it is. We are 1,000 to go. We can have that as 1,000 feet per minute now. Don't need to be going down any faster than that. Pitting, we've got 5 miles to do 1,000 feet, and no problem whatsoever. And the next bit will be after Pitting. It's going to be not below 7. So not below 7. We can fly 6,000 feet here, 4,200, 3,700 by ATC. It says. It's a manual leg, so if there was no vectors, we would have to keep flying that heading until we're told to turn in. But what we'll do is we'll come 15,000, we've got 8, 16, 24, 30. We've got 40 miles to get down to... No, dude, I haven't. There's one literally just opened about 3 miles from where I live, which has the 737-800 and also a 320 Neo simulator as well, which I'm very, very tempted to go and have a go at. Very tempted. But no, I'd like to hope that I'd have a decent chance of knowing what I was doing with it. I guess half the stuff I do on this will be completely wrong. Have you been on one Barry, have you? I can imagine that they're absolutely awesome to try out. Right, let's, before we do anything else, let's get some lights on so we don't forget. I'll have a seatbelt signs on. Oh, you had 3 goes, Barry. Cool. So I reckon with this now, below 7,000, I'm gonna put in 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet. We'll do it with VS of. Oh. Let's start with 1,500 feet per minute and see how we get on with that. We've got the ILS is now tuned up. And we can, we'll go here. Performance, will activate the approach phase to start slowing us down. Yeah, there's 6 miles now. So as long as we're at, we get here by 7,000 feet, we can then turn in, and then we can start that. We can start that approach. Temperature, we need some anti-ice. Yes, we do. Go on. Yeah, there is Lake Geneva. Cool does that look? Pretty cool. We'll just increase that rate of descent just a little bit. Look at this. I mean, MSFS gets a bad rep for some things, but some of the things it does do is the graphics are something else, aren't they? Something else. Just spin that round. How cool does that look? Nice. So we need to lose 8,000 feet. We need 24 miles. We have 12 at the minute. Plus this bit. So yeah, we just need to go a little bit further. Just a little bit further. We will go into open descent for now. And we'll have speed brake. I'm not sure why we aren't slowing down, but we're not. We should be. What's this got set as our green dot? Green dot's 204. Yo, James, buddy, how's it going, mate? We're just gonna keep flying straight ahead for now. We're now onto that manual leg. There it is. Then we'll spin ourselves around shortly. We've got 17 miles now. 17. We need to lose 6,000 feet. 6 to 18 miles. So yeah, anytime now we can start making that turnaround for the approach. So runway is directly right down the middle here. They can see it just about over there. It's where we're heading to. So we'll get to 20 miles and we'll swing ourselves round. If I pull the head in, that means we can at least start this turn. Right, I reckon we're good. Let's try making this left-hand turn back. Back over here. This should put us straight on the localizer, ideally. Not much else that we need to do. With that, we'll get that blue line directly across the middle of the screen. Fly towards that, and that should put us right on the localizer. That should do it. If we now fly direct towards that blue line, that should then just take us straight round. Are there any A320 airports in the southwest? I'm assuming you mean southwest UK, James. Let's get back on the QNH 016. Or do you mean as in we'll fit the A320 in? Southwest, if that's what you mean, then you can go to Bristol, Cardiff. There's Lockstar. At 7,000 feet, which is where we want to be. Exeter, yep. Exeter, you get there. I think I'm just going to slow that down. Let's do 1,200 feet per minute. That should sort that out quite happily. We'll keep us at our green dot as well. Anti-ice can disappear. Speed brake can disappear. I will put the let's get the throttle cam back up. There it is. Not really, James. No, not apart from Bristol, Exeter. You could try Newquay, I guess. But that's about as far as you're going to get, I think, southwest-wise. Right, we'll have, what size is the runway here in Geneva? Let's have a look. Runway. Oh, nearly 4,000 meters. So auto brake, low. And where should we try and vacate for this? It's obviously going to be to the left. If we can try and get delta and then outer onto the south apron, somewhere about here, we'll go and park at one of these 3 pier stands. We'll kick a few easy jets out the way, because that's where they like to park. So we'll do that. You probably don't need a big runway in Club. It's true. Very true. So 15 miles, let's start configuring. We'll have flap 1. And there's the there's runway there. Look at how cool is this arrival. Looks pretty much better than flying the other way where we just come straight across the land, straight in arrival. I thought coming over the over Lake Geneva would be quite nice. We should get the glide slope at, where do we get that? Let's have a look. Glide slopes at 8.3 miles on the ILS, so in about 5 miles time we should have the ILS and the glide slope. Yeah, can you imagine right in the middle of winter if it's snowing and whatever else up here? Jeez, it would be. That's why the minimum is so high. I think minimum is 1,565 feet. Airport elevation is 1,400 feet. So yeah, it's you missed the approach point there. You'd be going around at 1,500 feet. Should see when the rad out comes alive what we'll be on. Should be 1,400 feet difference between this and the rad out. Let's have flap 2. Glide's coming. We will adios the music and we'll turn the sim volume up ready. Yeah, pretty nice arrival this one. Eight miles, we'll have flap 3. There's glide slope star. And we'll see what this new landing overlay thing is all about in a minute. Flaps, we are flap 2, flap 3 at the minute, Smile Castle. We'll have flap full as well.
2,500.
There you go, I can see 2,500, so there's 1,100 feet difference. Sorry, yeah. 1,100 feet. And we should have 2 whites, 2 reds on the pappies as well. No wind to speak of. It did say it was variable at 2 knots. But then again, I think we discovered on the way in that there was no, that live weather wasn't. Throttle cam not work. What's it doing? That's because I fiddled with. Let me just quickly, if I can. Oh shit. Get off. Should be working. Aha, there you go. It's because at the beginning I accidentally unplugged my rudder pedals, and it didn't quite like it if I plug another USB thing in. we go. Cabin. Sit down. So we go, gears down, signs are on, cabin's ready, flaps are full, spoilers are armed, eco memo's landing, no blue. But yeah, Air Dog, I don't seem to be having, you said you had stutters coming into near an airport. I seems to be alright.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. Oh, got a junior first officer poking his head around the door as well.
$500.
500 feet.
400.
Slightly high, but I think I'll trust the Glidestone Montepappies to add on scenery. So
300.
autopilot's out. Let's see if we can
200.
minimums continue. See if we can get this down.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Okay, down plane. Yeah, reverses green, and we got decel as well. Welcome down to Geneva. We said we're going to try and take. Let's have a look. Where do we want to come off at? This will be Charlie. Coming to the left now. Let's go and get ourselves off here. We'll go and find one of these little pier stands. We're going to chuck some easy jets out the way. What did that come up as? I didn't see what landing rate that was, dude. Let's get ourselves off. And parked up out the way. So we'll stop there. And we'll oh, minus 82. Sweet. Let's get that off. That can come in taxi. APU can come on. That can come off now. And we'll retract the flaps. Spoilers are disarmed. And we'll go find a parking spot. I think there's a little bit of a float there, wasn't it? So, still a nice landing though. It felt nice. We weren't coming in too fast. Seemed to be alright. Will be interesting to see if that now tallies up with what Volanta reckons as well. That new landing calculator should stop any big discrepancies with that. Amazing lyrics. Cheers, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Let's have a look where we can go. I'm hoping there's going to be a stand just around here. If we get this right, that'll be a miracle. There we go. Cheers, Barry. There we are. We're going to come to a stop here. I think that should be a nice, nice view of the mountains as well. We stop about there. Parking brake can go on, and there we are. Safely down in Geneva. Let's have a look how the parking went. Oh, it could go a little bit further. Job's the fish. Just go a little bit further forward. Get on that line. There, that'll do the job. That'll do the job. Let's get that off. That can come off. That can come off. That can come off. APU's available, so we can go on engine 2, engine number 1. And with that, that can come off. And seatbelt signs. We'll see if we can get that jet bridge going as well. Baggage, external power, aft door, and a bit of catering for the return crew. Yeah, there comes that jet bridge. Boosh, straight onto the aircraft. Right, let's grab Volante. Let's just see. So that's minus 82. Let's we'll go and end this flight. We'll end that one. Review. So it should pretty much tally up now. Oh, 90. Not making minus 91. 82. I mean, 10 feet per minute. Not too bad compared to what it sometimes is. So I'll quite happily take that. So yeah, there we are. Pretty good stuff. It is only going to be a one sector flight. This is going to be the only bit, only flight of the evening. Like I said, I need to go and make tea and stuff, and go and sort my boys out. But guys, we will be flying tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to grab those sceneries. We're going to get the new Innie build London Heathrow. We're going to get the one for Prague, and we're going to get Rome Fiumicino as well, which have all been released on. Obviously, I use ORBX all the time, so we're going to get Rome, which looks awesome. We're going to go and grab also Prague, which looks pretty nice. And then from Innie build, I'm going to get London Heathrow as well. So we're going to go and check all those out over the weekend and into next week as well. But guys, thank you for coming along. Thanks for flying. If you did fly along, Avgamer, wherever you've gone in the sky. Let's see if we can see you come in. Should be somewhere. Or maybe not. No. But guys, yeah, thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for flying along if you did. Smile Castle Buddy. Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming along and moderating. Barry. And Amazing Lyrics. Airdog. James. Everyone else, thank you for coming along. What was that one last thing from Sticker? What happened to the autopilot? When I set the speed and altitude, the plane doesn't pay attention to me, and I don't know why. It goes over speed at the altitude it wants. I don't do anything. That one, buddy, I'm not entirely sure. As long as you've got it all set up properly, you're in the your throttles are in the climb gate. Shouldn't make any issue. Autopilot's in, and you've not got your flaps out. You shouldn't have any issues with your climb or your overspeed. But if you hit a follow and come on tomorrow afternoon, I'll try and help you out. But unfortunately, I do need to go tonight. But I will quite happily help you on the next one. Anyway, guys, there we are. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave that there. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, guys. I will see you all tomorrow when we head off from Geneva. And we were going to go down to, I think we'll go to Prague tomorrow evening, and then we'll do Rome as well on Sunday. But guys, anyway, take care. If I don't see you all, enjoy your weekend, but I will see you all tomorrow, and we'll have some more fun and more flying. So enjoy, guys, and I will see you all on the next one, if I can find the right button to end the stream.